what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do is not a static thing. It's a dynamic thing. So we don't look back at just the Bible, the words printed in the Bible, saying, okay, that's what Jesus would do. But we have to look at today's current situation and realize that it is a dynamic, it is a changing environment. And if Jesus were here today, then things would be a lot different. How long must I cry, O Eternal One, and get no answer from you? Even when I yell to you, violence is all around. You do nothing to save those in distress. Why do you force me to see these atrocities? Why do you make me watch such wickedness? Disaster and violence, conflict and controversy are raging all around me. Your law is powerless to stop this. Injustice prevails. Depraved surround the innocent, and justice is perverted. That came from the prophet Habakkuk in the Old Testament. And that is a saying that is just as true today as it is now. The prophet was crying out to God, why are all these injustices taking place? And all I can tell you is I kept hearing these words over and over. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. This has been a battle cry for those who have been fighting against injustice for a long time, but it seems to fall on deaf ears. Nearly 800 people have been shot by law enforcement officers since this year started, 2016. And almost 20 people have been shot and killed by law enforcement since Colin Kaepernick started his protest in the NFL during the playing of the national anthem. But what everyone tends to focus on is his method of protest and not why he's protesting. I will share with you that doesn't bother me how he's protesting, because I'm a 24-year military veteran, and I fought and I served for that right, for all of us to have the right to protest injustice. What bothers me is that so many Americans continue to focus on his form of protest. This can be a form of protest. The black community is sick and tired of waking up to news of another unarmed black man dying at the hands of armed police officers. Stop replying to Black Lives Matter with All Lives Matter. Stop saying, what about black on black crime? Stop being insensitive to the plight. Stop asking me what to do. You see someone abusing a dog or a cat, you know what to do. At least give me that dignity. Why the doom and gloom, you might say, on this day, on this occasion? The United Nations, who founded this day or started this day back in 1981, did it under the pretense that for all of humanity there should be peace and justice. And we are here to continue that. And as a faith leader, we are called upon to stand up for injustice of everyone. And I'm not just speaking for the black community, but that is what's near and dear to me at this moment. We have to be the voice. Although you can hear me speaking now, I don't have a voice. But if I join with my Muslim, Sikh, Hindu, Buddhist, and even my atheist brothers, and my brothers and sisters, then I can have a voice. As my friend Reverend William Barber stated, we have a moral problem here in America. And we have to look at the tenets of all of our faiths, at the tenets of morality. And when we do that, we can make a change today in the world. And we need to become not just a moral compass for society, we need to become a moral GPS. The difference between the two is that a compass can only tell you which way you're facing. A moral GPS can tell you where you're going and how to get there, and even give you an alternate route if you need that. Now, I don't want to leave you with a cliffhanger, but in the beginning, the prophet Habakkuk was crying out to God. But God did answer. And God said, take a look at the nations and watch what happens. You will be shocked and amazed. For in your days, I am doing a work you will never believe, even if someone tells you plainly. Let's be a part of that work. Wouldn't it be beautiful if everyone left their sacred mosques, churches, temples, and other places of worship and gathered on the city squares and the Capitol buildings all around this country and stood against the injustices that are taking place around this country. We need to encourage everyone to get out and speak up against injustice, speak for what is right, and do what is right. May God bless you all, and I'd like to leave you with this one thought. If we do what we are supposed to do and show the world what it means to know justice, it is only then that we will truly know peace. May God bless you all.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rodney Lawson, and in thinking about this International Day of Peace, I was